this is Kate from Clear Blue Tarot with a reading for Sagittarius, the last reading for Sagittarius for 2020. So it's a powerful reading. So let's jump right in the center here. We got the Fairy Oracle card for unity, coupled with the Spirit Animal card for the pig. Okay, so the Unity card speaks about the consciousness of the fact that we are all one and that we can't be separated, that our spirits join us together as one united energy of God's love, and that the separations that occur through our human embodiment are just the lessons that this flesh and this brain and this emotional body, nervous system, everything that accompanies incarnation here in human form separates us for lessons on a soul level, and that deep within us and around us we're entirely made up of light and love, and the only thing that exists is this light and love. That is the true reality. And so the Unity card kind of comes in to show us this and help us with these more difficult lessons of being embodied as a human and feeling separate. So it's a reminder of our true nature. And then the pig spirit is about using your mind wisely. This card shows that you are doing this right now. You're embodying this because it's in the center of the reading there with the unity, is that you've finally become more in control of your mind. You've found your mind, or you've learned to not let your mind guide you away with the ego from this unity. So we all come kind of in and out of this balance through our lifetime on a spiritual path. If you are on a spiritual path, you'll find that there's times where you're able to really embrace this unity. And until you become fully enlightened, you will slip back here and there into a more fear-based or ego-based delusion. So the pig shows that you are using your mind to keep you in this unity state right now, which is wonderful. You're being challenged by the tower, and the tower can be good or bad. It could be disruptions in your environment that are challenging, maybe difficult, maybe reminding you of the impermanence of this material world, and thereby opening the door to enlightenment, to experiencing God more, because you are letting go of things through maybe a little bit of force. It's being forced upon you, these changes, and they can lead to a lot of epiphanies, which is the good part of difficult things. You're resting on the Four of Swords, which is represented in the Enchanted Tarot as a Buddha meditating. So you are using this time right now to go within often and meditate, and that's probably what's bringing you into this sense of unity, is you're doing a lot of work of just clearing the mind and meditating and healing and coming into alignment with your higher self. What you're coming out of in your recent past is the Groundhog Spirit, which is letting go. And there have been things in the recent past that you've had to let go of that were no longer serving you, and you've done this. You've signed the papers to move out of your apartment, or you've left a job, or you've made the commitment to letting go of something, relationships perhaps that you've outgrown, or you've realized just weren't good for you, and lots of things can be represented with this groundhog. It's a challenge, and that could have led into this tower moment of emotions where you're realizing how a lot of things have sort of fallen down, and it's made space for this unity feeling, which could be this epiphany that the meditation has caused because you suddenly had a lot of space. You're crowned by the guardian at the gate, which is the card of stepping into a new reality, stepping through the doorway. It's an offering that has come to you, and now it can go two ways, and it could be both, where you have walked through this gate into this new perception, and now maybe you are acting as the gatekeeper for others, showing them this doorway. And you don't get to push people through it. You don't get to forcefully show them. You just merely say, you know, look where I am, look what I've done. You like it? You want to come? So it's a gatekeeper. It's not a pushy person. It's just guiding. So that's what's crowning you. And I did clarify that to see exactly what that's about. And I got 3 cards. I got the Fear card from the Soul's Journey card deck. I got the Support card from the Doreen Virtual Angel deck, and the Deer from the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit Guidebook. So now the deer means maternal energy, and it means this gentle, loving energy. And in another deck that I have, the medicine cards, which are much more based on Native American principles, the deer has a story along with it that popped up right into my head when I saw the Fear card, because there's a story that the deer is so gentle that the deer can walk up to a terrifying beast or a monster and just have this such gentle, loving nature that it tames this monster, and no one else can approach this beast and pass, but the deer can, because the deer is fearless, and the fearlessness comes from being filled with gentle love and light. So the Fear card says on it, I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. So this experience that you're in, and maybe just passed out of, all this letting go and this tower moment, has made you realize that it brought up some fears that for once your mind, your pig mind, did not run away with and exacerbate. But this meditation and this gate and this unity card have supported you through this fear, like the Support card in the center there, have supported you to be able to embrace this gentleness of the deer and not succumb to the fear. And the description of the Soul's Journey Fear card talks about how there's really only 2 emotions as we're here embodied on this planet. There's love and there's fear. And fear comes in so many disguises, and there's so many manifestations of fear that it can be confusing sometimes to recognize that fear is the core of an issue. But when you step into love and you realize that love can melt away any of these fears, and that you are supported and guided, and that you are so much greater than this earthly being that you are right now, and that you have a whole team around you that want you to choose love, always choose love, and not get caught up in the delusions of the fears. That's what has opened this gateway for you. That's what's helped you to be able to step through this gateway and come into this near future card. We have the 6 of Pentacles, which is the abundance card, and it's about generosity, and it's about not just generosity of material things, but generosity of love, generosity of the heart. And when you fight your fears with love inside of you, and you have this unity consciousness where you see that we're all one, every single person, you can see yourself in them. If you have that compassion and that wisdom to understand and walk in another's shoes, if you can walk in another's shoes in your mind, then you can love them, and then you can be generous of heart in understanding why they have been living in fear and why they maybe have been projecting those onto you. And it's possibly the message of this gate. Inside of yourself right now, you have the Nine of Hearts, which is the genie that grants all your wishes. So you are manifesting. It's a manifestation card about realizing that you create your own reality. So I think you're considering a lot of options right now, thinking, what do I want to do? I have all this variety of options I have to choose. And what people are seeing outside of you is the Fire card. And that's not surprising given all the planetary action that's happened with Sagittarius. And the only caution with this is that you could be a little too fiery. You have to make sure that you are tempering a little this passion. You don't want to overwhelm others. And that kind of goes in with this guardian at the gate saying, you know, you don't want to push people through the gate. Just, it's fine to have your fire. It's fine to have your passion. It's beautiful. It's inspiring to others. But just don't let it burn so intensely that it overwhelms others or scares them, you know, because they're in a different space than you, and you can be a fiery light in a gentle way, like a candle burning or a soft little fire, not a conflagration or something too major. So your hopes and fears, we have the Temptation card, which is the Devil card in the Good Tarot. And so that just is saying, you know, in the past when you've been out of balance, whatever your addictions or obsessions or issues that were your escape from this fear, it's just telling you to keep an eye on that and try to remain in this state, try to keep going into this gateway and into this unity consciousness, and keep meditating, keep up with the practices that have guided you to this particular juncture, and don't succumb to the temptations of things that can throw you off balance, can rob you of this light, can rob you of this, like for instance, I liked to have a glass of wine or two at night, and when my friend would come over, we'd have more than that. We'd have 3 or something. And I have a lot of beautiful dreams. I have a lot of things happen to me in my sleeping time that's very healing for me. But those nights where I would just have that one extra glass of wine, I would get a headache, I would have body aches, I wouldn't sleep well, I woke up grouchy. It kind of ruined 24 hours. Not in a huge way, you know, I was functional, but it was something I really pulled back from and I don't do anymore. So it's just saying, if you ever are overwhelmed by this tower moment, if there's things that are happening that are triggering you, bringing up these fears, making you forget this support, making you forget this love, don't go there. Do something else. Meditate, you know, listen to something inspiring. Keep on track if you want to maintain this beautiful energy you're in right now. So your final outcome, I got the Starfish Spirit from the Colette Baron Reed Spirit Animal Oracle. And that says on it, open to infinite possibility. So that kind of goes really nicely with this genie granting your wishes in the Nine of Hearts. So it's reminding you that if you use your mind not wisely, you know, if you slip out of this pig energy and get into this more temptational energy, then you can get into a little bit of control, and you can go back to maybe some things that you let go of with this Groundhog Spirit. You can be looking at some of those things thinking, oh, you know, I want some of those back. Or you can think, I want to control fully what's coming to me. I want to pick. And I've said this in other readings before, it's much better to let your higher self and your guides and your support system choose for you. Get into the vibe that you want to maintain, and certainly daydream and imagine beautiful things that would be fulfilling to you in your physical manifestation, and take action on some of those if you'd like, but be open to people and places and things that come in unexpectedly, and see these gifts. Don't miss these gifts because you're too focused on what you think the ingredients should be. So the final outcome, to clarify that, I got a Kuan Yin Oracle, Wild Kuan Yin Oracle card. It's number 1, just like the Unity. So we started with the 1 and we're ending with the 1. And it says, above you, the Lantern Dancer. It's the first card in the deck. And I'm going to read a little bit of this card, okay? It says, look beyond what appears to be. Guiding grace, like a star in the sky, shows the way through what is happening now. I am the Lantern Dancer, lighting the way to a new path, a new reality for you. Even when the moon is full and you believe that you see all as it is, I know that there is something far more beautiful happening. Trust me and I will show you. So it kind of confirms what I was saying about the starfish spirit, about not being so restrictive in the ingredients that you would like to have come to you, but opening your mind to possibilities that you can't even imagine. So it says, let go of your fixed opinions and worries. Trust in the power of the divine to work things out in the best possible way. You don't have to work out the solution for yourself. You need to trust your inner guidance and allow yourself to be led. And the path you are taking needs to twist and turn a little before your success can come. There are certain elements that need to be integrated, certain people that need to become involved. Trust in this. It will happen as a natural coinciding of people, opportunities, and events according to a divine plan. It is all working out. Trust in that and let peace come to your body, mind, and soul. So there's a little healing process that I'm going to end with. Place one hand on your heart and take 3 slow breaths in and out. Let's do that. Say aloud or quietly in your mind, I call on Kuan Yin, her wild soul, the Lantern Dancer, who loves me unconditionally. Please show me with mercy and grace whatever I need to see or understand to have faith in what is happening. Help me find the highest path here, the path of light, of least resistance, to move effortlessly, manifest the intentions of my heart. So be it. Relax for a moment. Imagine, feel, or sense underneath your feet soft bubbles of golden energy, forming a fizzy, springing buffer between the soles of your feet and the earth. It may seem like a tingling, honey-colored gel. Then take a moment to imagine that same soft, golden, fizzing energy between the crown of your head and the air up above your head. It feels nice, tingly perhaps. Just relax and notice it for a few moments as you breathe in and out for 3 breaths. you have completed your healing process. Thank you, Sagittarius. Happy New Year. Namaste.